In a time of spiritual darkness and idolatry, one man stood alone against an entire nation, challenging the people to return to the one true God. This is the untold story of Elijah, the prophet of fire, who called down flames from heaven and revealed the power of the Almighty. Elijah's story begins in 1 Kings 17:1, where he declares to the idolatrous King Ahab, "As the Lord God of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word." With these words, Elijah proclaimed a drought, a powerful sign of God's judgment on the people who had turned away to worship Baal. For 3 years, the land suffered without rain, as the people began to realize the consequence of forsaking the Lord. But God provided for his prophet. And the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, "Get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan." Even in the midst of desolation, Elijah experienced God's provision as he drank from the brook and was fed by ravens sent by the Lord. During this time, God sent Elijah to a widow in Zarephath. Despite her poverty, Elijah assured her, "The barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that the Lord sendeth rain upon the earth." And, as promised, her supplies miraculously sustained her family and Elijah throughout the famine. Tragedy struck when the widow's son fell ill and died. But Elijah, filled with faith, prayed fervently, "O Lord my God, I pray thee, let this child's soul come into him again." In a miraculous act of divine mercy, the boy's life was restored, further proving that God's power is unmatched and ever-present. Finally, Elijah confronted King Ahab and called for a showdown on Mount Carmel. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, "How long halt ye between two opinions? If the Lord be God, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him." He challenged the prophets of Baal to call upon their God to send fire, a test that would reveal the one true God. The prophets of Baal cried out, leaping and cutting themselves, yet no fire came. But when Elijah called upon the Lord, he prayed, "Hear me, O Lord, hear me, that this people may know that thou art the Lord God." Instantly, fire fell from heaven, consuming the offering, the altar, and even the water that had been poured over it. At that moment, the people fell on their faces and proclaimed, "The Lord, He is the God. The Lord, He is the God."